Hi everyone, David Theriault here, ELA Facilitator for Huntington Beach Unified High School District, and I'm here for a Three Things Thursday on January 14th, and there's three things I would love to talk to you about today. So the first one we're going to talk about, and we're going to breakfast club this up just a tiny bit. We're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it. That's all. And I really thought about we're all pretty stressed, and some of us are just better at hiding it, and that's all. And we're definitely all feeling it and feeling how flexible we've had to been, and just all the changes and all the things going on at home. And I'm also proud of you. This is a weird situation, and it kind of feels like a Saturday detention that's gone on for almost a year. And just remember, we're all in this together. And if you need some help, please reach out to any of us at the district or your school site or myself. And we're here for you, even if you just want to talk about whatever. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I just want to talk just a little bit about finals. And it's pretty late in the process and in the semester to be talking to you about anything dealing with changing your finals. I'm not here to talk to you about changing your finals. I just want to kind of remind you that there's a lot of things you can do with finals, and you don't have to just give a test, although if you're giving a test and that's what you had planned on doing, that's fine. But finals are also a really great opportunity for reflection for yourself and for your students. I think a lot of times if we just take the time to kind of speak about our experience and write about experience, writing in particular, it really helps us come to grasp with what we have done and what we haven't done. I mean, even if you weren't to read your students' reflections, just giving them time to reflect, I think would be a really beneficial thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my finals. Is my students are going to be working on some semester reflections. I'm looking forward to reading those. I think I'll learn even more about my students, which is difficult to do with this distance learning. And you don't even have to. You could even just do Google Slides if you want, and ask students to give you some information or some pictures or things they did, work they did, things they did at home, like just, I don't know, all sorts of things. So do what you're going to do for finals, but maybe think about maybe even at the end of the year, maybe you want to do some reflection. There's a link in the email, and you can read about what I do in my class as far as reflection with students and how it kind of ties into their grades and stuff. Okay. All right, and let's talk just a little bit about pandemic grading here. Okay. We are definitely living in an imperfect world right now. I am not here to tell you what kind of grades to give to your students. I know for myself and for other students that some of our students are getting the lowest grades we've ever seen before. And so like some of you have students who have like a 5% or 10%, 20%, whatever. And you're just like, I can't give a student a passing grade with that. We're living in weird times. And the fact that we have students that have lower grades than we've ever seen before means that maybe we need to take steps that we've never done before. And I'm not telling you to give a student who has a 40% or 30% in your class a D, but it's something to think about. And that D is definitely going to let everybody know that student did not do a great job in your class, and they really need to step it up. And I think especially with everybody seeing what semester you gave that student that D, I think everybody will kind of know what's going on. But it's going to be, think about, like, we're not ending this pandemic at the semester. And now students are going to also have to be making up classes and grades and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like, once again, I can't be who I want to be as a teacher during this pandemic. Like, normally those students, I would be having daily conversations with, privately in a hallway. I don't feel comfortable having a private conversation with a student in a Zoom one-on-one. Like I have not legally felt comfortable doing that. And so if I can't do that, if I can do the basic things I do to try and get kids motivated, to try and get them to change, like I'm going to have a really hard time being business as usual when it comes to grading. And that's just me. I want to give you permission, at least from my perspective, that whatever you need to do to be mindful of what's going on. And, I don't even want to say compassionate, because I know you're all compassionate. And so, I don't know, just think about it. I know a lot of you are already thinking about it and are already figuring out what to do, and have already taken extraordinary measures to try and help students be successful. I know sometimes we think that giving a student a low grade will motivate them. Maybe it can, but a lot of times it can also demotivate them and get them on a track where they start feeling farther and farther behind. And this is going to be a really hard time for us with this distance learning to get students to be caught up. Okay. All right. Not everything's bad. Let's raise our head up and let's look around. I got some good news for you. The Great Gatsby is legally, we can have an e-text version of The Great Gatsby. Yes, 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 yes. So, because I care about all of you, instead of just forcing your students to go to Project Gutenberg and seeing the e-text, which is, it's there, but it's kind of a mess, I spent some time and I put the whole Great Gatsby into a Google Doc for everybody. And that way your students can all open their own Google Doc. They can annotate it if they want. You could read the same version with your whole class, and you could annotate it as a class. You could highlight things and make hyperlinks and do research and have links that go to pictures or other things like that. You can drop the Google Doc parts of it into Pear Deck. So there's going to be a lot of things you can do with this Google Doc. I put a table of contents with bookmarks, so you can click on chapter 3 and go right to chapter 3. And so it's cool. Like, I made it for you. The link is in the email, and at least there's one good thing happening right now. And that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. Exhale. And we'll just keep chugging along. And hopefully we'll get through this. And I want to thank all of you and any of you who have sent me emails of encouragement, who have reached out and talked to me. And I couldn't get through this without you. And so I appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.